Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about making things just a little bit better. So we have a really fun recipe for you that we're going to share in just a minute. Ben Griggs is here. He is from SparkNet, and I've been hearing so many neat things about this company. It's an Ashwaubenon-based, it's an internet company, correct?
Yeah, we make phones, apps for phones. That's the new big thing. But they also manage their own website, e-zine articles. It's a kind of a main hub for bloggers to go to and then get their information out to the people. So.
Well, and it's, I hear just a really fun place to work for. They have a slide Ben was telling me about. Yeah. So if you know it's you don't want to take the steps, you can slide on down from second to.
I typically take the slide.
Take the slide.
I'm actually the mayor of the slide.
Are you?
So yeah.
Got it. So I'm hoping to get a ride down the slide one of the time.
Yeah.
And they have fitness. You do workouts for the employees.
Yeah, there's workouts every day. Actually, CrossFit from Appleton, Ryan Dart comes in and leads some classes on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. There's about 10 or 15 folks that come in from outside of the company that work out, and I feed them actually on Thursdays. And then there are several of the employees work out at different times during the day. They're allowed to leave their desk if they need to go get a little workout in. They go leave their desk, go work out, and come back and go to work.
I just hear the employees that work there just rave about this, and they rave about the food. So the employees get free lunch every day, and Ben gets to come up with different fun things to feed them, and you try and keep it kind of healthy. This is something I think that we all could do. We've seen lettuce wraps at restaurants, some of the restaurants, and it's something that we can do at home, and they're healthy, they're tasty, they're fun, it's finger food, they're a little messy. This is actually what the employees are going to be eating for lunch today at SparkNet.
Yeah, and this is something you can easily do at home. A lot of the broccoli and the carrots and the slaw or the cabbage I did myself, but you can easily find broccoli slaw at Festival or any other store.
Okay.
In the lettuce area.
Okay, so basically we've got some homemade broccoli slaw, which if you just basically don't use the florets, you just use the bottoms of the broccoli. Is that what you use?
Yeah. Use the florets for something else.
Okay,
steaming,
sure,
that sort of thing. And then the bottoms we use, and we grind them up or shred them up into little pieces.
With carrots and cabbage.
Carrots and red cabbage. Yep.
Or buy a bag of it. Now we are going to make a homemade dressing with a little bit of an Asian flair. And do you make all the salad dressings homemade?
Not all of them, but many at work. Last week for the salads, we did a strawberry bacon salad that I did an espresso balsamic. So I went to Starbucks, bought some espresso, mixed it up with balsamic. It's really yummy. So yeah, I'm afforded the opportunity to make whatever I feel like.
And I try and talk people into making their own dressings because it's 4 ingredients for this one, and wow, cheap, easy, and it tastes so much better. So it starts out with some Dijon mustard.
A little Dijon in there.
Okay.
Excuse me. I've actually got a version of it here. We'll mix up some oil. Right.
You like olive oil, but does it matter? Canola, vegetable oil, grapeseed oil?
No, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And not too much. A touch of balsamic and a little bit of the sesame seed oil. Sesame seed oil is something you want to start with just a little bit and then add as you go by flavor.
It is that kind of key secret ingredient, though, that really gives it a nice Asian nutty flavor. It's a little, $3 or $4 a bottle, but this is going to last you a really long time, and it tastes fantastic. So,
and then another thing too, I don't have the celery seeds here. I did have it in this.
Okay, celery seed?
Yeah, celery seed gives it a great flavor.
So you whisk it together until it gets nice and smooth, and if it needs more oil, you can add a little more oil.
Yeah, here's where I would give it a little taste, find out if it has enough of the sesame flavor.
Okay.
I'd say add a little bit more.
A little bit more? Yeah. And I love that flavor. So
I do as well. It can be overpowering for some. But that's something you can do if you have time in the kitchen.
Well, there we're going to
give it a whirl. Oh, it's perfect.
Now, great way to, you're doing grilled chicken, but if you're doing grilled chicken breasts, especially when the weather gets nicer, although we grilled steaks last night, got some leftovers, great way to use leftovers.
Oh, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I was going to mention that. You do. Throw them in a little Tupperware or whatever in the kitchen. This is something to do for lunch the next day. They're easy to warm up in the oven or even in the microwave if you have to for real quick, and then because that's really the only thing that's warm in this. So.
And we're doing chicken. This same recipe, I can see it work with shrimp, thin strips of steak.
Yeah. Pork.
Yeah, pork.
Pork's
yeah,
another
it's just
great
a great method.
Yep.
Now lettuce. We talked about lettuce, not using the iceberg. We're using, in this case, we're using butter
Using the
lettuce.
butter lettuce again, yep. Romaine hearts are typically a popular one. I think if you go to Noodles, you'll find this sort of a dish. I believe they use butter lettuce there. I've seen this sort of a dish with pork actually wrapped in iceberg at some places.
Yep. So it, whatever you have, but this is going to be a little better for you. So, and then we've got our slaw that we've basically tossed the slaw
Yeah.
with,
you can throw
with
the
dressing.
this is the regular slaw. Just toss it in and blend it up and mix it up. Okay.
Yum. Now, if you make the slaw, is it one of those things that you like it to sit in there for a little bit and kind of,
You can ferment or gain the flavors. You sure can.
Okay.
This we made. This we made just now. If you make it an hour or two beforehand and throw it in the fridge, yeah, it definitely will carry more flavor.
Okay. All right. So let's put these babies together.
All right. So basically, and it's really going to be up to you. Then how much you want to eat. We'll do 2.
Okay.
Throw a couple pieces of chicken in there if you'd
Okay.
like.
You betcha. So we'll do some. This is just the boneless chicken breasts that we've grilled up.
Yeah.
Just kind of give that a whirl. Okay.
I know this is going to be crazy. It's so complicated.
You know what? It's really
And
simple,
then
but
it
this is
is.
these are really trendy, and this
Yeah.
is really no carbs in here. Really healthy, fun to
Yeah.
eat with your fingers.
I believe this meal here, if I remember correctly, we calculated out to about 348 calories today.
Wow. And you got the protein in there. It's going to fill you up.
Right.
It's going to make
Exactly.
you go back to work but not fall asleep at your desk.
Right,
So love
right,
that.
right.
This is a really fun recipe.
Yeah, thanks.
Ben, thanks so much for coming on. Now I'm going to hold you to it. I get to ride the slide sometime.
Yes, yeah.
And come out for lunch.
Come
So,
visit.
yeah, we'd love to come visit and watch you in the kitchen and see what you guys are all about. Very cool local company, SparkNet. So thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And we'll put the recipe for these wonderful lettuce wraps on the website. We'll be right back. Stay with us.